Bombshell belter Christina Aguilera has always worn her heart on her sleeve when it comes to recounting the pain and sadness of her childhood, admitting in interviews that she and her mother suffered at the hands of her father until her parents separated when she was only 7. She went on to write about the experience in her songs I'm Okay and Oh Mother. Remaining estranged from the former Spanish teacher to this day, Christina claims her father was both physically and emotionally abusive, and that she sought comfort in the music of Etta James and Aretha Franklin. But instead of healing the pain of her family life, her precocious singing talent ended up attracting more abuse. As soon as she developed a reputation for blitzing the competition at local talent shows in Pittsburgh, other contestants refused to compete against her. At school, her peers were said to be so jealous of her that she would be the victim of ridicule and even assault. Since reaching the top of the charts with her first album in 1999, Christina hasn't had to worry about abuse from her father or the neighbors. But it hasn't all been plain sailing. After swapping the bubblegum pop for the more raunchy image of Stripped in 2002, she was stung by the negative backlash.
Where it kind of, provokes anger in me that it's like, wow, Ricky Martin, per se, can be in a video pouring hot wax down a naked female. Nobody says anything about that, and gyrating his hips and having a full-out, you could say, orgy in a video, with men and guys touching all over each other. Nobody says anything about that because he's a guy, and guys are almost allowed to be that way and act out that way. But when a girl does something or wears a short skirt, it's like, oh my gosh, there's a million names to call her for that and whatever. And I think there's a definite double standard, and, that can really be unfair.
Despite her rebellious bravado, she ended up reverting to a more modest dress style for Back to Basics in 2006. But she hasn't toned down her fighting spirit. As well as allegedly being sued for non-payment by a co-writer on Stripped, she's also been dogged by stories of fallouts with fellow pop princesses Pink and Britney Spears. Although she insists the feud with Britney is nothing more than the wishful thinking fantasy of a gossip-hungry press.